YouTube. Hey guys, it is Bob and welcome once again to Modern Life for the 70s Mind. If you've seen my channel before, thanks so much for coming back. And if you're new, please check it out. If you like what you're seeing, I would appreciate a thumbs up. And if you would subscribe to my channel, that'd be even better. And even more, if you love my content, feel free to check out my brand new Patreon page. I'm really excited about it. The link is in the comments below, and I'll be putting more and more unique and Patreon-only content out there. And there are several different levels you can choose from depending upon your support. So thanks again for your consideration in backing what I'm doing here. I really appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. So, based on your recommendations, I'm doing a new artist today, and her name is Gigi De Lana. I know a number of you have requested I do a reaction on her, and your wish is granted. It looks like this is actually going to be two songs. Both are the mid-'80s that I'm familiar with. And I've probably never said this before, but the reason I'm familiar with them, because back in the early mid-'80s, I was a DJ at a couple, actually, discos, bars. Yeah, I was that. It's embarrassing sometimes, but that was me. And I got to know these songs through then. The two songs are, the first one is Chaka Khan, which I just adore her. And the song is Through the Fire. And the second one is by Brenda Russell, and it's called Piano in the Dark. Both are really good songs. What I'm not familiar with is this artist. I know she's in her mid-20s, and she's from the Philippines. But other than that, I know nothing. And it's funny, she's from the Philippines, because I just reacted, what is it, a week or so ago, to Morissette, and I believe she's also from the Philippines. So we got a little bit of a Philippines run going here for the last week. So I'm looking forward to it because Morissette didn't disappoint, and from what you guys are telling me, Gigi won't disappoint either. So let me get everything set up and we'll get right into it. Okay, hold on. Once again, I am in my basement with my headphones on, which is a good thing because I conveniently can't hear my wife tell me, Bob, it's time to take the dogs out. So, sorry, can't hear ya. See, there is benefits to doing these reactions. And here, you thought it was just for the love of music. All right, so I'm looking forward to this. So this is Gigi De Lana, and there's going to be two songs, and let's go and see what this sounds like. Here we go.
In your eyes and I can see.
Oh my God, I'm in love already.
So dangerously, you're not trusting your heart to anyone. You tell me you're gonna play smart.
I gotta stop real quick. I'm so excited. I found another singer I'm gonna completely fall in love with.
Through before we start, that we've only just begun. When it's this good, there's no saying no. I want you so I'm ready to go. Through the fire, to the limit, to the wall. For a chance to be with you, I'd gladly risk it all.
Oh.
Through the fire, through whatever come what may. For a chance to love in you, I'll take it all the way. Right down to the wire, even through the fire.
Okay. So there was no way that I wasn't going to stop this song right here. Wow. She must have one of the most smooth voices I have ever heard in my life. She is so relaxed, and there's not a tinge of straining in her voice at all. I like that jazzy sound that somehow came across just so elegantly, didn't it? There aren't a lot of singers that can sing like that. The first one, obviously, to come to mind is Karen Carpenter. She didn't have a great range, but in that range, she was perfect, and not many people can top her. A couple other singers that come to mind that you may not be familiar with is Susie Boggess. She's a country singer. I might have mentioned her before in another video. To me, she had one of the most clear, pitch-perfect voices I've ever heard. If you have a chance, listen to one of her albums. One of her best albums is called Aces. If you get a chance, if you don't mind listening to country music, check that out. It's an older one. I think it's from the 80s. And this last one that I was thinking of that I always think of when I hear crisp, clear voices, and you're probably not going to agree with me because the song was semi-horrible, but Mary McGregor, remember she sang that song Torn Between Two Lovers? She actually, I think, had a really good pitch perfect sound to her voice. The only thing that made her a little different, she had a lot more vibrato in her voice. So I don't know if you noticed it as much, but I've heard, believe it or not, I've heard other songs from her and they were pretty good. Just my opinion. If you want to have fun, by the way, do a YouTube research or search on Karen Carpenter sound-alikes. There are some amazing people out there. Anyways, all right, let's get back to Gigi. Here we go.
Yes, I know you're afraid of what you feel. You still need time to heal, and I can help if you're lonely. Let me try. You touch me and something in me new, but I can't have with you. I'm not ready to kiss that dream goodbye. When is this we? There's no saying no.
Perfect.
Yes, I need you so I'm ready to go. Through the fire, to the limit, to the wall. For a chance to be with you, I'd rather risk it all.
Oh, listen to that. It's perfect. Okay. How do you not stop? I think I'm going to anoint her the new queen of mid-range because she owns it in that range. She just owns it. She does throw in some low notes as well, which is really kind of breaks it up a little bit, which is nice. She is stylizing some of her words, especially in that first part I listened to, where she had a little vibrato, but she didn't overplay it, which is really nice. She's doing a really good job without throwing in a lot of these like crazy runs or anything, which I'm glad she isn't because I kind of think it's too early in the song to do that anyways. But she's not pushing it, which, man, I just want to grab someone and slow dance for a while. Anybody, any takers out there? My name's Bob. I'm in my 60s. Anyways, just kidding. There are times that I wish I had vocal training, and I've said that a lot. But you know what? I'm okay not having that because it allows me the opportunity of not overanalyzing a song, because what you don't know can't interrupt your listening to the good music. So that's my take on it all. All right, let's keep going. This is, you guys, amazing. Thank you for the recommendation on this. Let's keep going. Oh. Oops. right, that looks like the end of that song. I apologize. She is not the queen of mid-range. You know, every once in a while you say something on these reactions and then the artist just destroys you. And she did that here. I don't take it back that she's... my voice went up. You know I'm nervous when my voice goes up. I don't take it back that she's a queen of mid-range because she definitely sounds great in that range. But she's clearly not limited to that. She has proven that in so many ways. When she sang that last high note, the drummer even seemed to turn his head and look at the other guys and say something like, "Did you just hear that?" And I get it, dude. She eventually did, like I said, let go at the end with a fairly aggressive push. I didn't see that coming. The first part of the song just never gave me any indication she would do that. I think she was really working on trying to push that song's emotion out. And clearly she was channeling her inner Shaka Khan, because that's a voice to contend with, I'll tell you. What was amazing, really, for me, is that she was delivering those really crazy notes, and she didn't look like she was stressing at all, except for the one point where she hit that one really high note where she did push it, I think. But other than that, even when she did that real high note, she was kind of swaying and doing her. So nothing was out of her range that she couldn't handle. And she proved that. Okay, I'm going to, because I've interrupted this so many times, I'm going to let this second song just completely play out. And then we'll go from there. Okay, here we go.
Watching the time, I never think about all the funny things you said.
Beautiful.
I feel like it's dead. Where is it leading me now? I turn around in the still of the room, knowing this is when I'm gonna make my move.
Are you hearing this?
Wait any longer, and I'm feeling stronger, but just as I walk to the door, I can feel your emotion. Yeah, it's pulling me back to love. Yeah, I know I'm caught up in the middle. I cry just a little, and I think of letting go. I know I gave up on the riddle. I cry just a little when he plays piano in the dark.
This is really nice.
He holds me close like a thief of the heart. He plays a melody born to tear me all apart. The silence is broken, no words is broken, but just as I walk to the door,
This sounds awesome.
I can feel your emotion. It's pulling me back to love. Yeah, I know, caught up in the middle. I cry just a little when I think of letting go. I know, gave up on the riddle. I cry just a little when he plays piano in the dark.
Wow. 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 Guys, that was amazing. You know what? I really get excited when I come across new artists that just really hit all the spots for me and checks all the boxes that I like for an artist. And she does. Plus, it looked like she was having so much fun doing that, didn't it? Especially on the second song, she was really enjoying herself. And I felt like she was much more connected with the band on that second song. This second one obviously had an entirely different feel to it. It was much more fun and relaxed. It kind of did take me back to the 80s. Brenda Russell was really an underrated singer, I think. I don't want to say she was underrated, but you didn't hear that much from her, at least in the circles that I was in. And to hear songs like this again just really reminds me of how good she was. It did definitely seem to have a little bit more of a popish feel. And she looks, like I said, so much like she was just having fun with it. And that's really what music is about. Because the more fun that I can see she's having, it's the more fun I'm having and the more fun you're having as well. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. And I apologize for kind of jumping in there every so often, throwing little comments in, but I was shocked. Okay, let me do this. Let me get my headphones off. Let me regroup here a little bit, and I will be back for my final thoughts. Hold on. Wow. Anytime you start seeing me draw blanks, and I do feel the pressure, believe it or not, with the camera on, and you start hearing me with my ums and ahs, that means my mind is overworking. And I'm trying to make some semblance of order on what's all going through my mind. And that's exactly what was happening. It's pretty obvious that Gigi has been doing this for a while. She sounded very well seasoned, if you will. She single-handedly threw me back to the 80s in such a beautiful and really, truly respectful way. The way that she presented these songs, I think, really allowed me to experience the true feelings and emotions of the songs as they were presented by the original artists. And it took me, like I said, back to the 80s, which I just love. That a lot of that has to do, I think, with the band. They have that organ piano sound that a lot of slow songs in the 80s had. So that's why at one point I said, anybody want to dance? Because that's exactly where it took me to. And anytime a song actually literally takes you back to time, then you're nailing it. And she just, oh, what a beautiful voice. Even though she had her really strong parts, especially in the first song, overall, she was not being overly aggressive in her singing. And I don't think she was forcing anything. She definitely did pull out the power when the song called for it, but the second song I don't think called for it at all, and she didn't. And the first song, that was nuts. That was just so good. In contrast, at times, she had a very gentle sound. Deep, there were a couple of really nice deep parts, but still, even whether she was high or low, it was a very clear delivery. Her voice is so clean. I like the fact that she never also overplayed her vibrato. In the first song, she would only really pull the vibrato out at the end of a line, where like that last note or something, she would draw it out a little bit, but she didn't overdo it. So that to me just that created more of a relaxing feeling to it. The first song, she blew me away. She, like I said, she drew me into this comfortable place. The second song, she just turned it on and made it fun. Throughout both songs, I think she really maintained this incredible breath control as well. That was pretty obvious for her to sing some of those lines that she did and still maintain this perfect pitch and clean sound was just nuts. Probably the most amazing part of this is that this was all live, you guys. Who sings like that live? And especially to go back to back on two songs like that each were demanding in their own way. So listen, expect a lot more reactions on this amazing singer because I have fallen in love with her on one song. Well, two songs, I guess. All right, guys, listen. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. This was fun, and thank you so much for the recommendation. And again, please check out my Patreon page if you would. All right, guys, you have a good day. Peace out. I will talk to you next time. Bye.